And the Bible says the woman began to think to herself. Now, I don't want anybody to see me real good. I don't want even Jesus to know that I want to touch him, because I don't want him to think I'm making him unclean. But if I can just touch the hem of his garment, if I could just reach through and pass through everybody else and just grab a little piece of his clothes, I believe everything could be made all right. So the Bible says she reached through the crowd and she touched the hem of his garment. And the Bible says she was made well once she touched Jesus. She felt that something good had happened to her because she had touched the man with the plan. But then a strange thing happens. Jesus says, something happened. I feel virtue has left me. Power has left me. Somebody has touched me. The disciples looked at Jesus and said, Jesus, what's wrong with you? All these people are thronging you. All these people are around you. Jesus, everybody touched. So how can we figure out one particular person that touched you? I imagine Jesus thought, yeah, everybody's touching me. Everybody's showing up to praise me. But everybody don't have the faith and really believe in me. There's some people that are just showing up because that's all they grew up doing, showing up to church. There's some people that are coming because that's all they want to do, just come. But there's some people that's got real faith that are showing up saying to them, I'm showing up because I'm messed up. And I know that if I can just get a little bit of Jesus, everything will be all right. Is there anybody in this place that showed up this morning just because you wanted a little bit, just a little bit of Jesus to work with you? You showed up this morning because you said to yourself, I'm getting out of this bed. I'm putting on my clothes. I'm going to show up. And if nobody else show up, it don't make me no never mind. Because as long as I step in the door and can hear a Zion song, as long as I step in the door and can hear a prayer, as long as I step in the door and can hear a word from up on high, something on the inside tells me that everything is going to be all right. Jesus said, everybody might be touching me, but everybody who touching me ain't got the same faith that one person who touched me. Jesus said, somebody touched me and power has left my body. It would have been easy for her to say to herself, let me get out of here. I better leave right now before they find out that it was me that touched Jesus. I better get out of here before they find out. I might not have to mess around and have to give a testimony. And if I mess around and give a testimony, folk gonna know that I've been going through something. See, because everybody might not have known what she was going through. But if she gave a testimony, people are gonna know that she been going through something. But that's all right. You need to say to yourself, yeah, I've got a testimony because I went through a test. But thanks be to God, even though I went through something, there's somebody who sits high and looks low that made a way for me out of nowhere. My testimony didn't end with my jacked up life. My testimony is ending with Jesus making a way out of nowhere. And you ought not be ashamed to let somebody know, if it had not been for the Lord that is on my side. Jesus said, somebody thronging me. So the lady me and she told him everything, I imagine that had been going on in her life. My spiritual imagination leads me to believe she began to testify. Said, Lord, I went to all kind of doctors. They took all my money, but they didn't fix anything for me. And I'm broke. You know, sometimes God has to break you in order to fix you. Sometimes he's got to let you get broken in order to fix you to the place he wants you to be. He got to let you go through hell, because if he don't let you go through hell, you won't show up and allow him to work with you. So he said, I've got to let you fall down so I can pick you back up. Have you ever fell down before and he reached way down and picked you up? Is there anybody that's been picked up before and he reached way down? So the lady told Jesus all that it went through. Now imagine also, Jairus was looking at all this. I imagine he was standing there with a stern look on his face. Now I come and get this man. I'm the ruler of the synagogue. And he messing around out here with this woman. We don't even know her name. Bible doesn't even tell her name. This woman with this issue. But why is this man messing around with somebody? I'm the ruler of the synagogue. I'm somebody. I should come first before anybody else. Well, you know what? You need to put a pin right there. I'm so glad that I serve a God that it doesn't matter how much you got. It doesn't matter what status you have. It doesn't matter what car you drive. It doesn't matter how big or small your house is. It doesn't matter what job you have. God said, I don't care what position you hold in the church. I don't care how long you've been over the deacon board. I don't care how long you've been over the usher board. I don't care who you are. I don't care, because I don't have any respective person, because I'm a God that will look at everybody and say to myself, that's my child. I don't care how much status you have, you still my child. I don't know about you, but I'm glad about it. I'm so glad that I don't have to be the greatest for God to bless me. I'm so glad that I don't have to be the best at anything for God to move in my life. But the ruler is probably thinking to himself, what is going on? While he was yet still speaking, the Bible says they came running to Jesus and to the ruler, Jairus. They said, leave the teacher alone. We got bad news. Your daughter is dead. Imagine what Jairus must be thinking. Jesus messing around with her, who had an issue for 12 years. And now my 12-year-old daughter, if he would have came on when he was coming, this is what he could have been thinking. If he would have came on when he was coming, we would have got there before she died. Jesus, you're letting me down. I thought you would show up when I needed you to. But I'm so glad somebody made a song about it. He may not come when you want him, but thanks be to God, he's always on time. I believe Jesus said to Jesus self, I need this woman to show up, because I need this woman to stop me in my tracks. I need for all this other stuff to happen, because I need for Jairus' daughter to die, because Jairus don't really got the faith he ought to have. And if I show up and she ain't really dead, he gonna